Well, it's official. I'm 1 year older, and that means quite a few things for me. I'm 1 year older than the target demographic of games I play. I still can't buy myself alcohol, and I can finally buy Grand Theft Auto without having my mom to be there. It's every man's dream. To celebrate the anniversary of me being pumped out, I'm probably just gonna hang around here. I mean, it has everything I need: food, water, Breath of the Wild for Wii U, and aspirin. But man, I'm tired of sitting around. I want to do something. I want to play something. And I think I know just the trick. Buying a new video game. It's never let me down before, so I'm sure it won't now. I'm thinking of getting Super Mario 3D All Stars. I mean, who doesn't love themselves some good old Mario? Let me just go buy the game real quick. What? The Anniversary Collection. What a sight to behold. These things are so cool. Just take a bunch of old games, smush them into one package, and throw a game select screen on, and there you go. You've officially defied God. These games are usually made whenever developers still want to squirt out a product for a series anniversary, but put as little to no effort into it as possible. Now, this doesn't mean every Anniversary Collection is bad. Quite the opposite. A lot of these things are really awesome. They are usually a pretty good deal for the amount of content you're getting. I mean, who can look at this and not say, now that's a lot of Kirby? The act of copy and pasting games is an art, and today I'd like to discuss multiple Anniversary Collections throughout history. Have these things aged? Probably, but that isn't going to stop me. I mean, how bad could they be? Uh-oh. Now don't get me wrong, this is a pretty solid collection, but man, I do not like Sonic games. What's the point of a 2D platformer when you need to go fast but also have to perform platforming? It doesn't make any sense. Why is this game the way it is? Why do so many people love it? And why is there a fucking water level? Let me wind it back. Sonic Mania was published in 2017 by Sega. This was their way of celebrating the 25th anniversary of Sonic. They basically looked at the old Sonic formula and said, it's fine, then slapped it into the package. Now, don't be mistaken, this isn't necessarily a collection, it's more of a revitalization of Sonic. They took the old formula and basically made it into a whole new game. This includes a couple of remixed stages from the original games, but also a plethora of new stages. New song remixes, bonus content, I mean this game really has it all. Despite this, many reviews dock the game for being unoriginal or being too similar to the titles it pays homage to upon release, but I think the developers made the right move here. Whether you're a Sonic guy or not, you gotta admit, Sonic has had a sloppy track record ever since the Genesis titles. Going back to Sonic's roots not only makes sense from a marketable standpoint, but also from a celebratory standpoint as well. Celebrating what made those original games great is exactly what an anniversary celebration should do, and this game does it in spades. The music in this game easily earns its way into any person's playlist, and it'll have you wagging your finger for hours on end. The visuals are polished, yet carry that nostalgic pixel charm to them. And as much as it pains me to say it, even the gameplay is incredibly fluid and fun. This game absolutely hit it out of the park with what it means to be a celebration of a video game franchise. Moving on to our next video game collection. Ever heard of Heaven? Well, I had it until July 14th, 1993 when Nintendo released Super Mario All-Stars for the SNES. This game is incredible. 4 amazing Mario games all bundled into one package. Now that's what I call a steal. The original Mario Bros., Mario Bros. 2, Mario Bros. 3, and even Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, which was originally a Japan exclusive game called Mario Bros. 2, meaning the US Mario Bros. 2 is actually Mario Bros. 3 for Japan. Yeah, the relationship between these games is a little complicated. But who has time to think about all that? We've got to go play some Mario. Well, yeah, that sure is a Mario, alright. Yep, this game is not the most bloated collection out there. All that's new is just this fancy little title screen. After all that, yep, you're playing a Mario game. While this is a good collection, I really just wish they'd put a little more effort into it. Maybe a side mode where you can see cool concept art or glimpses into the development of these games. I don't know, man, but for a collection celebrating the Mario series, this just feels a little bare bones. You get your games, and if you want more than that, I mean, there's always the box the game came in. The situation gets even more damning when this game was re-released for the Wii. Well, I mean, the Wii discs have more storage, maybe they finally packed in that extra content, or ooh, maybe they even packed in some extra Mario games. It's Nintendo, don't flatter yourself. They did absolutely nothing to enhance this collection, and I don't get why. Sure, if you use a microscope, the game looks slightly better, but the visuals are not a game changer at all. At the very least, they could have added a little bonus content section, but they couldn't even be bothered to do that. The Wii version is inexcusable. It was a shameless resell just to try to squirt some extra money out of the game. But even then, I can't be too angry over the legacy of Super Mario All-Stars. These games are wonderful games at the end of the day, and a great way to experience these classic games. For some reason, my brain is still itching to talk about Mario, and I'm not too sure why. Sure, I'm a Nintendo slave, and I'll probably buy any product they put out. But I'm not fully obedient. Surely there's some way I can get all my feelings about Mario out at one time. Why is 64 not available in widescreen? Why is Sunshine at 64 locked at 30 FPS? Why is Galaxy at 60 FPS? Why does Sunshine have emulation pathing they didn't remove? Why can't I use a GameCube controller to play Sunshine? Why is the menu so bland? Why does 64 use the Shindo version? Why does Bowser look like this? Ho ho ho, this game. I have a very complicated relationship with Mario 3D All-Stars. This little tumor I've never been able to remove was released on September 18th, 2020. Upon release, I was ecstatic for the game. 2 Mario games I love dearly from my childhood, and one I'd never gotten around to playing. That sounds like an awesome deal. Until it was $60. Yeah, the pricing on this one never made much sense to me, but it's Nintendo robbing their consumers. It's their #1 hobby. I was even more shocked to learn that the game would not only be pulled off store shelves, but on the eShop 6 months after it was released. What's that one thing that happens when supply goes lower than demand? Oh yeah, it's Super Mario 3D All-Stars. People were pretty scared of this game becoming pretty rare post-launch, which caused many people to scalp the game and try to resell it at absurd prices. Now, I got the game digitally, so I never had to deal with these inflated prices, but imagine all the people who weren't so lucky. Imagine all the people who will get a Switch now and will have to get this game from resellers because there's physically no other way to get it. I'm honestly in shock Nintendo went this far, and it really scares me what they'll do in the future. Selling issues aside, this game also had a massive amount of blemishes clogging the beauty of the games. One big thing for me is that they used the Japanese version of Mario 64, which removed the BLJ. This makes doing speedruns on this version of the game near impossible, which is a shame because this game would have been the fastest way to speedrun. On top of that, both Sunshine and Galaxy suffer from not being able to play the way God intended them to. Instead, you have to play them like this. Yeah, this is one way to summon Satan. Yeah, having to use the touchscreen while playing Galaxy undocked really sucks, especially for someone like me who likes using their Switch in handheld mode more than docked. One thing that always peeved me off is how Sunshine was handled. This is the game I was looking forward to most because it was one of my first ever games as a kid, but when revisiting it, I was very disappointed. Turns out for every one of these games, Nintendo's using emulation, not the real games. Yep, Nintendo's emulating. Ironic, isn't it? And they forgot to remove these debug tracks for moving objects, so they just sit here. This is such a low standard. The fact they didn't even care to go back and fix these just shows how little Nintendo cared about preserving the legacy of these games. And what is with this menu? It's just so bare bones. There's barely anything here. Yeah, they show the year the game came out with some very vague details about it, but that isn't nearly enough for what I expect from Nintendo. At least they included the game's soundtracks, which can be used as a little audio player, but I don't really care about that. This is such a lackluster addition on top of an already lackluster celebration. I expect way more from Nintendo. Well, after all that, I feel the need to get some happiness back into my life, so how about we talk about something that is not related to Nintendo in any way. Kirby's Dream Collection is the peak of humanity. I absolutely love this game. Everything about it's perfect. It's honestly hard to believe that Nintendo made both this and this. Oh man, where do I even start? The menu is so good. Not only does it give you the option to play the classic titles, but it also has a dedicated section to Kirby's history. Now this is how you celebrate a mascot's legacy. Not by making a bare bones emulation, but this. A fully realized homage to the character and what they mean to gaming. They even have old trailers for the games here. What more could we even ask for? I could honestly just run around here forever looking at all the games and learning about the cool current events going on when each game was released. Just look at Super Mario 3D All-Stars presentation to this. Can you tell which one was cared about? Then, oh boy, look at this roster of games. 6 whole games, including 5 classic 2D Kirby games, and even Kirby 64. This lineup, it's enough to make a grown man cry. This is the perfect way to celebrate 20 years of Kirby. I really hope Nintendo takes the deserved criticism from their recent collections and look back on what made these collections so wonderful. Well, that's about it for what I have to say on video game anniversary collections. Sure, I only discussed a few, but come on, I'm a Nintendo fan. I didn't even know other game companies existed until last week. Got me some slack. Overall, this anniversary myself's been pretty good. I faced my fears and talked about Sonic. I got to show Kirby some love, and damn it, I remembered Super Mario 3D All-Stars exists.